My grandfather had a house and he bought it in the 60s for $30,000 and he just sold it for $1 million 60 years later. He took a loss on that, I promise you. Well, maybe from a cash-on-cash perspective he's up, but maybe some kind of a capital gain. Part of what goes into the cost basis of the house is the interest on the loan, the repairs, the property taxes, the upgrades, how many new roofs did he have to put on that? Not to mention that we have to understand that the money that was invested in the house was also subject to inflation. I don't care what the head of the Treasury is telling you. If you look on the Federal Reserve website, it ain't 3% a year. Go look at your grocery bill. You think it's 3%? It's crazy to think that you putting money into a house with a high interest rate that has all of these expenses. Income properties are not liabilities, they're assets. But the house that you live in can never ever be an asset because you're always going to come out at a loss. Unless you flip it in a hurry. And my last house, it went up 50% and that was great. But that's a fluke because somebody put a GM plant in the middle of central Tennessee. But had that not go in and drive up real estate prices, the $100,000 of repair I had to put in that house in the 2 years I owned it would have definitely had me take a massive loss. See, once you have enough investment properties, then the money that you make from the investment properties can pay for your house, and now that liability is couched within actual assets that are paying for it. And that's not just coming from me, that's coming from how Robert Kiyosaki does it. And as a disciple, I think it's a pretty good idea. Houses that you live in are a liability, and that's a fact.